Hey there, this is Daniel Gaisudin, lead esports specialist at Grid, and I wanted to walk through the scheduler manager right here in this recording. We're just going to go ahead and get started. So the scheduler allows players and mostly hosts to configure what dates and times they want to host their tournament. And this really lays it out and defines timings, it defines where players can be, and it also gives a mock bracket. And the great thing about the scheduler is that it creates a template for the mobile application once you've gone through it. So we're going to get started here. So to create an account, of course, it does require you to create an account on the mobile app and then come back and log in. And so I've already done so already. I've created an account T1P1 and have logged in with the information. So we're going to go ahead and get started. So of course it says create new event template. So we're going to go ahead and click that and we're going to call it the Valorant 25 Legends event or something. Let's just say that. And for the number of stations, let's say for an example, we have 20 stations. That could be good. And let's say we have maybe 10 teams. So 50 participants. So that sounds pretty good to me. We're going to go ahead and click next. We have a bunch of different games that we offer here at Grid. If you actually hover over some of these games, it does tell you how long the usual match time is and how long does it take to set up. That's very important for a host because not only especially in in-person competitions, you have to factor the game time, but you also have to factor the setup and breakdown of the players going there, right? They have their own keyboard, their mice, their headsets, they're talking to their teammates, they're getting on a voice software so that way they can speak to one another while they're in game, and so on and so forth. So it does take time to set up and then log off of everything and remove themselves from the setup. So we're going to go ahead and pick the industry standard game of Valorant. So we're going to go ahead and click that and click next. We have 20 PC, so we're going to go ahead with that. And then let's say, for an example, the match time is roughly, let's say, 45 minutes a match and 15 minutes for setup. So the great thing about this is that it gives you options, right? Using machine learning in the near future, we're going to make sure to bridge that gap between the proper time it takes to set up, the amount of time it takes for a tournament, and will really define the data analytics to determine, hey, this team is the skill rating versus this team with that skill rating, and determine an accurate timestamp of how the match will probably go. Again, these are templates, right? So you have typical match times, but that can be exceeded, right? Sometimes it goes 60 minutes because of overtime. Sometimes it's even 15 minutes because the other team is just much better than the other. Of course, the losing team. So we're going to go ahead and go the single elimination, keep it simple, right? 50 players, 45 minutes probably per match. So it's going to take a few hours, of course, to go through. So we're going to go ahead and click generate, right? So you'll get to the calendar view and you kind of describe, hey, when do I want my events? Let's say, for an example, I'm liking Saturday. I really enjoy this, right? And when you go into the preview, it actually shows you like, okay, great. So what times are available and when can I do my event? And this will actually showcase, this will actually showcase all of the events that you are already scheduled from the previous time. But since it is a fresh account, so you won't see really anything here. So we're going to go back to Valorant, click next, 20 PCs, generate, and then go ahead and click continue. So we're going to go ahead and let's say, for an example, this Wednesday, we're going to click that. All this looks accurate. Click generate, and you'll see there's a bunch of matches that appear in the date. So we're going to go ahead and actually click match list, and you'll see that, hey, all of these have specific stations where they're going to be played, right? You have 20 stations, right? So making sure that, we go through each individual one, see what time it is, what's the round, what's the match, so on and so forth. The great thing as well on this is that it gives you a template bracket to look at, right? How is the actual match going to go? So if there's a bye or there is a certain specific situation, you can actually map it out and determine, okay, this is going to take this long, this is going to take this long. I can really, configure my stations or however I want to configure it. So definitely a very, very, very nice resource, especially as a host and as a TO. It's definitely helpful, and it gives you the amount of time it takes to actually run the event, which is roughly 6 hours, which I would say is very accurate. and you can actually change, of course, the timings, change the match times, how many consoles. Maybe you have a reduction in consoles over a period of time, or maybe you have even more players, right? So you can always tinker with this and make sure that you're pretty accurate with the event. So that's going to be it for the scheduler management. Thank you so much, and hopefully this was a great preview to what's to come.